a lot of these things that were there floating around me, they still keep coming up, and it's been a long time, man.
Like what? Let's talk about.
Like endless things, people. I don't want to get into specifics. Like it'd be like I'm on Oprah.
Just a little bit. A little bit.
Just people. Like I get led to people, synchronicities, and I have dreams and premonitions, and then I'd see them, and things didn't work out, and that's cool, man. But they keep coming up, and it's sort of like tainted, and I kind of want it to be absolute and pure.
Here's why. This is going to be gross, so if you don't want to listen, don't. But we're going to keep on keeping on here. If you knew someone who just got pregnant or has been pregnant for a little while.
Yeah, it's gross.
We knew you wouldn't like it, but listen up. And you insisted on seeing the baby today, you'd say, ew. And we'd say, you're taking score too soon. The gestation process is just underway. There's a lot more that's going to happen before it bursts out onto the scene in physical form. And when it comes, you're going to like what you see. But if you look too soon, you might not like what you see because it's not ready to be seen.
Yeah.
That was gross. But this is a subject of vibrations turning to thoughts and thoughts turning to things. This is why you're always going to be on the brink of the explosion into the physical, where you get to see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it and observe it through your physical senses. But there's a whole lot happening in this vibrational gestation period that you have to sense and trust and enjoy the unfolding of, even though you're not ready for it. These words will help. It's being revealed to you at whatever state it's in. Your realization of it is dependent upon what you're able to see. And so we're just asking you to step back and be a little more general in your looking. Yeah. So these premonitions that you're getting, these dreams that you're having, these premonition dreams that you're having, this insight that you're getting into others, and then it unfolds and then you meet that person. What that is, that's law of attraction showing you that the things that are active in your vibration are coming to you. But don't try to make everything that shows up in every moment the meaningful, all-ending thing that you want it to be. Take it as a sign that it is, that you are letting more and more and more of what you want in, and this is evidence of you letting more and more of it in.
Be more general and be a little easier about it.
Because the way you're telling the story, this is what you believe. You believe that this all works, and you believe that the law of attraction is real, and you believe that you have an inner being, and you believe that your inner being is calling you. In other words, as we were offering things to you, we were feeling resonance from you in most, if not all, of what we have been offering to you here. But here's something that you believe that you've picked up along your physical trail, and it was evident in the very first example that you gave to us. You believe that those who don't care about you are jacking with you.
Are screwing me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 100% true.
You believe that there is a malicious intent that is in the way of your good outcomes.
Yeah, and I never even said that, and you knew that.
We know.
I absolutely 100% believe that, 120%. And I never said it. They were here. I never said anything.
And so, the reason that you believe it is because you, and most other people too, you believe that your words should count for more than they do, and you're not taking into consideration your vibrational point of attraction. So since you believe that you're not doing it to you and it's happening, then they must be doing it to you because they're present when it's happening. This has been coming up for Esther a lot lately. When she says out loud to herself, there's only attraction, there's no assertion. So whatever I'm getting from whoever I'm getting it from, I'm attracting it, which means it's active in my vibration. It's active in my vibration. So if I don't want to get it, then something has to change in what's active in my vibration. And here's what it is. Here's what it is. Ready? Yeah. So many people, most of you included, Esther too, to some extent, try to control those around you through fear. Here's what we mean. I'm your employer, and I hold the power. And if you don't please me, I will fire you. And if you're really afraid, you'll do what you think I want you to do. Isn't that sort of the way the world goes around? I hold the power, and you must behave, or I will exercise my power. Feels very real, but it isn't. It isn't. So that's someone who's controlling through fear. What about somebody who controls through, you will hurt me if you don't do what I want you to do? through depression or through sadness or through vulnerability or through frustration. In other words, most people are trying to maintain the balance of their life by, I need this from you. And then you live enough life together with each other that you kind of learn to respond to each other the way that you think the others need you to respond in order to keep everything going. But it's a straw house. It's a flawed premise, and it won't take you very far. So let's say that you are a parent or an employer, a parent, who has been controlling your children through fear. You don't do that, you don't get your allowance. You don't do that, you don't get to go out. Do that, I'll take your cell phone away from you. So this is a parent or a person who has given up all of their true connection and leverage and power and clarity, who is hanging on to humaning kind of tactics and not getting good results. So they puff up bigger and bigger, and they get meaner and meaner and louder and more controlling. So we've been saying for a long time to parents, and we mean it to everyone, whether you're a parent or an employer or an employee, and that's what our friend was calling out. We've been saying, talk to your children as much as you can, but only when you are in alignment with who you are. So our friend over here is right. You can control through love, because when you're hooked up to who you are, that's your point of attraction, and you will always receive from anyone that you're interacting the best that they are able to give you. And if you are consistent in controlling your life through love, which means you can call it love or clarity or interest or joy. In other words, you can use lots of different words. Satisfaction, that means that alignment. But if you are dealing with that and making sure that that's where you are, then you bypass whatever bogus stuff that they've got going on. Was that so general that you could not hear
No,
it?
I get it. And I'll listen to it again. I mean, it's like we went to the subject of mom, So she's got a lot of, with her, it's like, it's tough for me to see her because she's in a place now that I've never seen her before. It's not that bad, but, she's struggling, and she's using lingo that I never really heard her say growing up. So it's kind of tough for me it's not easy to deal with,
How disappointing.
Yeah, no. But
how hard for you.
No.
We wanted to stay there for a little bit. How unstable for you to look to some place where you want or maybe expected stability and not find it. That's why we've been playing with you all for a long time, looking for love in all the wrong places. But there's something really big that we're right on the brink of. You brought us to the brink of this. We're right on the brink of something really, really important. And that is that you control your world through your own personal state of security, which is being in alignment with your inner being, which is love flowing all over you. That's the way you control your world. You control your life, your world, everything that you feel by disregarding what anybody else is doing, whether it has to do with the subject of you or not, and focusing completely upon what this feels like and what this feels like until you have oriented yourself toward those good feeling things. What we're asking you to do is something that almost no human ever really gets to. They just stay on the brink of it. You can get there. We want you to know how your inner being feels about you. Which means if you would ask that more often, what do you think, inner being? What do you think? What do you think about this? What do you think? What do you think, inner being? What do you think? What do you think? Pretty soon, you'd know enough about what your inner being thinks about enough that you'd start thinking about what your inner being thinks about enough that eventually you might get around to the only question that matters, which is, inner being, what do you think about me? And your inner being will just offer, not words, because if you don't have a translator, then you're not really hearing the words and you just get into a jumble. Your inner being only offers love to you. Only offers love to you. Only offers love to you. And when you look anywhere else, you might find it and you might not, but it's a crapshoot.
I see that every day, like I told you, you see evidence of things every day. It's constant, so.
You did. You started there. So you started there acknowledging how much assistance and true loving awareness of you Source has for you. And now we've talked about it and you're fully there in the vibration of that. So now from this new vantage point, because you have moved on, Tell us this story again. The story that you came to tell us. Tell it to us now from whatever vantage point you're now at. We're not trying to put words in your mouth.
Your perception creates your reality. And really what I received from it is, and I always receive this, is I just got to keep beating the drums. And
well, we're asking for something a little different than you heard. Now we're sitting in your seat, and we're answering the question from your perspective that we just asked of you. I'd like to tell you some things about myself. I'm a progressive being, which means I continue to move forward. And my forward motion is my life. So much so that my establishing my awareness of what's past, present, and future is becoming less important to me. I wholly accept that my present is a byproduct of my past. I accept that. But even more important, I accept that my future is a byproduct of my present. And I'm really doing my best to blend all of them by acknowledging that I have an inner being who was with me before, who is with me now, and who is actually with me in my future manifestations.
Yeah, when I feel that, because whenever I'm really in the zone, and Vortex, whatever you want to say, I always kind of feel that way, that it's all sort of like everything leads up to now.
So I had some experiences in my industry, and I was good at it. And I felt really proud of the circumstances that I accomplished. But when the circumstances changed, my pride went away. I wasn't able to maintain my good feeling. And I realized that my good feeling was in response to circumstances. But now I know that I can't and don't want to control circumstances. Just one. I want to be in the circumstance of in love with my inner being. I'm in love. How are you? I'm in love. What do you mean? Well, my inner being loves me and is flowing to me, and I'm in that love. I'm in love. So whatever I'm thinking about, that's the dominant basis of it. Is this too far out to grasp?
No.
So that's what we're asking you to do. We're asking you to take the concept that we are demonstrating here and apply it to the specifics of the story that you just told us. Can you tell it from your in love with you point of view? Abraham, I had the best experience. I got so good at what I did. Oh, I was flying so high.
Okay, I was just saying, you're saying like create it.
No, we're saying tell the true story. We're asking you to tell the true story. We're not asking you to look at the 6-week-old fetus. We're asking you to tell the true story. I'm on my way to big things, and everything I've lived has been part of that. And the bigness of my life is so obvious to me. And I can feel...
This thing is huge. I mean, honestly, dude, like, I'm not even... This thing is huge. I mean it. I've seen... When I've seen, like, things happen, or... I know it's huge. I can feel it.
My power.
That is honestly the truth. It's bigger than I even imagined. Like, there's no limit. It's so ridiculous. I always say this.
And that's the truth.
I'm not saying this to... I live in a mansion, right? I drive a nice car. I don't want to say it because it's not true, but my bank account wasn't there. So for me to be logically where I am, I look at it every day. I'm like, well, it doesn't even make sense because I know anything's possible. For someone with a shitty credit, no money, to live where I live and to drive my car, it's not even logical. And that's nothing. I know that's nothing.
Are you telling us that you're spending your vibrational currency?
Yeah. I'm just being honest, you know. My landlord is the nicest guy in the world. And I'm not just saying this because you told me to say it. Like, that's why I waited. You know, you asked me. I don't like to BS. So that's the truth. And I know, and that's really what I was asking when I came up here, because it's like, because these things happened so long ago, it's like now they're a little tainted. I'm like, well, dude, I expected the best. You know what I mean? And
when you were talking earlier, when you say that you're on the brink, that what you were saying is, I'm on the brink of doing it the way humans think I should do it, when the reality is that I'm on the brink and way past the brink in the way that the non-physical allows me to do it. I'm not living my life the way most people do. I've hooked into something that I can't explain, but is real.
Absolutely. And that's why I always wanted to like have a conversation, even though I know I don't need to have a conversation with you.
But it sure is fun.
It's good. It's very nice, honestly, because it's a nice touchstone. But because I've been on this journey ever since that night I told you about, and I can't talk to you. You just can't talk to anybody, and there's not a lot of people.
Nobody's ever going to get you.
No one's ever going to get it.
Just give it up.
Yeah, absolutely.